What is going on, guys? I'm the Kid here with the Kid Media, and today we're covering Bloodhound. When to use them, how to use them, and why to use them in Apex Legends. If you like this video, leave a like, subscribe, and a comment below for what you'd like to see in the future. And without further ado, here we go. Bloodhound is revered in the Apex arena as one of the greatest game hunters in the frontier. This, of course, is when he's being played properly. To know when to play Bloodhound, we should know his abilities though. And before I dive into that, let me just say you can play Bloodhound whenever you want. At the end of the day, play any legend you want. It's all about having fun. So make sure you're doing that and it'll be great. But continuing on with this, hopefully you get a little bit better at Bloodhound and you understand him a little more. But okay, right back to the point. We have his abilities.
Great. Already inside the ring.
First off, we have Bloodhound's passive. This is where you can see enemy footprints and their travel patterns in your area. It'll look like a little tag hovering above the ground, and it'll tell you how many seconds ago a player was last there. This caps out at 90 seconds, so anything beyond that, it's just completely gone away and you won't be notified for it. Secondly, we have the tactical. This is Eye of the Allfather. Sends out a pulse in all directions, identifies enemy loot boxes, traps, or live enemies waiting in ambush. This does have a range, however, so it does not go on for forever, and it's very noticeable. Thirdly, we have Bloodhound's ultimate, Beast of the Hunt. It gives you a 30-second boost to speed, and your vision turns from black and white, and enemies will appear in red. During this time you can see through smoke, you'll be able to see really far distances, and you'll see tracks on the ground to where you can follow the enemies, so if they take a turn you'll know which turn it was, and it's a little bit harder to lose a Bloodhound in this mode. Thanks to Season 4, you'll receive a 5-second boost each time you get a knock during Beast of the Hunt. This is great because essentially, theoretically, if you're good enough, it could go on for forever, but good luck with that. Leave a comment below if you have that happen. In order to know how and why we play Bloodhound, these two go hand in hand, so we'll just cover it all. If you want to be aggressive, independent, and support the team, the Bloodhound is the main man to go to. He offers you the ability to probe enemies, identify locations on them, and is great for solo matches or playing as a team. Because of his ultimate ability giving such a boost to his speed, I recommend you use it in the following way. During the first couple of circles, do not be conservative with your use. As soon as it is full, spend that time moving as fast as you can, identifying as many targets, rotation patterns, and just setting your team up for a better movement. The exception to this, however, is when you're hot dropping. Make sure you save it for the first engagement, third party, or when you're third partying someone. The speed boost will help in your fighting drastically, and during the middle to the end of the game, save your ultimate for engagements only to ensure that you have a little bit extra advantage and your positioning is even better and can happen quicker. In rough spots, I'll even use the ultimate to get out of the zone. I'll stay and loot a little bit longer on some enemies I've killed and then push in last second. I find this okay because I'm still able to identify where the other enemy squads are. The exception to this is if I just outright get ambushed coming out of a cave. With Bloodhound's tactical, you want to use it only when you have probable reason for someone being near you. By this I mean if you hear footsteps, if someone on your team said, hey, there's a guy on me, and we all want to notify where he is, or we want to know how many guys there are on him. Usually your in-game audio, if you got a decent headset, that does good, but Bloodhound has a step up because it'll actually show an outline of where that body's at and how many of them is within range. This is great. Otherwise than that, you don't really have much use for it, so only use it in those specific cases, and I recommend using it while crouched, on the side of a building, or under it. There's no real need to use it while you're in the building and they're outside of the building and you know they're there, up until the last second when you're getting ready to push maybe, or if you think you hear entry. Other than that, you don't want them to really know where you're at. So this is one of the downsides to Bloodhound, as its identifying factor, but it's not bad. And with Bloodhound's passive, coupling these three together, it's just really a great combo. You can always know where the enemy teams are going to, moving to, and how many of them there are, and if you're in the right situation. This is a more aggressive playstyle that allows for more freedom of movement compared to Crypto, which is the other scout legend in Apex. Not that Crypto's bad, but just the comparison. I would play Bloodhound if you're wanting to be more aggressive. The last thing I want to cover for you all is guns and tips for that. There's a few different loadouts that are really good for when using Bloodhound, and it depends on how you're going to play him. The first combination I have that I run quite a bit is R99 Hemlock. This allows you to shred shields up close and gives you that medium to close range with the Hemlock as well. This is effective for when you're not fully wanting to be straight out aggressive, but you're playing more to the middle ground and you're going to assault. Secondly, we have the 301 and the Sentinel. Sentinel will get rid of shields. You'll stay a little bit farther back while your team approaches, and then once you've knocked everyone's shields, your team should be there. You can move in quickly with your ultimate ability and have the fully auto 301 for kills. The last loadout that I would recommend is the Prowler in 301 with Anvil Receiver. This gives you a little bit more range with the 301, but still allows you to swap over to full auto. And the Prowler with the Select Fire absolutely destroys people. I know that's a harder loadout to achieve, but if you can get it, playing Bloodhound's most aggressive style, it's perfect. You'll get high kill games, high damage games, and all around I think you'll really enjoy it. Leave a comment below for anything you'd like to see next, and until next time, this is Kid Media. See you then.